In this video, we are going to do a open a file in Substance Painter using a high resolution and a low resolution model. And let me start by showing the my Mudbox model. This Mudbox model, I did some sculpting on it and painting and everything. And I have 6 levels of subdivisions and a lot of little spikes and effects on it. And I don't want, of course, to export out the model here, but I'm going to export out the model. I'm going to export out this selection, and that selection, so I'm going to select it here first. There we go. I'm going to say File, Export Selection, and here this pop-up window comes up. And I already did it before. I'm going to just not do it right now, but because I already exported it, it's 407 megabytes, so it takes a little while to export out, but I export it out as an FVX, and I make sure that I put the underscore ID letters at the end of the name of it. I already have the same, the original model that I opened here as an FVX that came from Maya, and that's my underscore main file. So I exported out the FVX as ID with this one, which I already did it again. Is this one, which is 407. I'm not going to save it now because that takes a little while to export it out. It takes a few minutes. I'm going to go now to Substance. And in Substance, I'm going to open up and assign this HighRes model to my object. So I'm going to create a new PBR material option. I'm going to select, I'm going to click on the main model, the one that came from Maya, which is just 2 megabytes. It's an FBX, and then I'm just gonna make it 2048 by 2048, and that'd be okay. So there is my low res model, smooth and nice with its UV mapping. Oh, UV mapping, that's much better. And I'm going to import or better bake under my texture settings. I'm going to bake the mesh map, and the baking the mesh map, I'm going to bring in the HighRes. So I'm going to make this one 2848 by 2048, and I'm going to add here in high definition meshes. I'm going to click on this option. I'm going to click in on the ID, which is the 407 that came from Mudbox. I'm going to say open. That one is right there, and then I have to play with some of the values. The maximum frontal distance, that means how much is going to displace forward. I'm going to say, maybe I'm going to type 0.02. I tried already 0.01 and it didn't do it. So the value needs to be just cranked up a little bit. And I'm going to just make sure here and keep the low polymesh as main, and then high polymesh as ID, because that's how the names I'm using. The main is a low res, of course, and then I'm going to just say bake selected mesh textures. So it goes through the process. It takes a little while. And then when it gets done, it you start seeing already the normal map and the displacement map all applied to it. So it's done, and you can see here my object receiving the values that it got from Mudbox. Again, if those values are not quite right, or if it doesn't come right, you can go back and of course adjust and redo it again by changing the maximum frontal distance or the minimum frontal distance, because if you pushed in, you might need to increase that one, so that way your value, you see for example here there's a little bit of glitch. Maybe by increasing the maximum distance I could get it to look better. Alright, that is what it is for this, and I hope you have a good luck with this process.